Welcome to all of you. In Module 4, we are going to study two main topics. First one, WDM concepts and components. Second one, optical amplifiers. Let us start with WDM concepts and components. Under that, in this lecture, we are going to discuss about overview of WDM. Let us start with a definition for WDM. The technology of combining a number of independent information carrying wavelengths onto the same fiber is known as WDM. Applications of WDM techniques are found in all levels of communication links, including long-distance terrestrial and undersea transmission systems, metro networks, and fiber to the premises networks. Now let us see why WDM. Let us elaborate these 3 points. See, the very first optical fiber that was deployed in 1980, around 1980, used simple point-to-point communication. These links consisted of a single fiber with a single light source at the transmitting end and a photo detector at the receiving end. The laser source of narrowband with simplex system left a large bandwidth of fiber underutilized. Then, with the advent of high-quality light sources with extremely narrow spectral emission width, were able to be placed on same optical fiber. With such light sources, use of WDM allows a dramatic increase in the capacity utilization of the optical fiber. See, overall, we can say that the WDM is going to make the best utilization of the available bandwidth of optical fiber. Let us go through the features of WDM. Only the headings I am going to represent. Capacity upgrade, then transparency, then wavelength routing and wavelength switching. Coming to the operational principles of WDM. A WDM network consists of both passive as well as the active devices. The passive devices can be used for split, combine or tap off the optical signals. The active devices are controlled electronically and provides a large degree of network flexibility. So active WDM network involves the tunable filters, tunable sources and the optical amplifiers. This diagram shows a typical implementation of WDM network. So it consists of both active as well as the passive components. So this part is the transmitter, whereas this part is the receiver. So in the transmitter part, we can observe that there are several transmitters. Each of them are going to have different wavelengths, that is lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n. So all these are given as input to the multiplexer. This wavelength multiplexer is going to combine all these wavelengths so that it can be placed over a single optical cable. Then at the receiver, all wavelengths are being separated and it will be separated into lambda 1, lambda 2 up to lambda n, and then it will be given to the receiver part. So in the middle we are going to have amplifiers, which involves post amplifier, inline amplifier as well as the pre-amplifier, and this is going to be the span of the optical fiber that is being mentioned over here. This figure shows that there are many independent operating regions across the spectrum ranging from O band through the L band. So these regions can be viewed as the spectral width or the optical bandwidth. Now to find the optical bandwidth corresponding to a particular spectral width in these regions, the fundamental relationship, that is C is equal to lambda V, is used. So this relation is going to relate the wavelength lambda to the carrier frequency v. The term c is going to represent the speed of the light. Now differentiating this expression for delta lambda, which is very much less than lambda square, we get modulus of delta v is equal to c divided by lambda square into delta lambda, where the frequency deviation delta v corresponds to the wavelength deviation delta lambda around lambda. Now let us see the WDM standards. So this WDM standards was developed by International Telecommunication Union. In short, it is ITU. So it is going to specify the channel spacing in terms of the frequency. So let us just go through few of the standards. So first was ITU-T G.692 was the first ITU-T specification for WDM. It suggested a spacing of 100 GHz. Further, ITU-T G.694.1 was known as the dense WDM, in short DWDM. So it has a frequency spacing of 100 to 12.5 GHz. So later, ITU-T recommendation of G.695 was released in 2004. It outlines optical interface specification for multiple channel CWDM over a distance of 40 km up to the 80 km. Thanks for joining.